Hello, my name is Akinda. I am the assistant head girl of Phidel College, and I represented the school at the Sigma State Stage competition.
My name is Fei Aod Mula. I'm a grade 11 student.
My name is MultiMedia. I am in grade 9. I am a student of Phidel College.
I was very happy and excited to find out my school won a competition. I was glad to be part of the team.
I felt very excited. I felt very privileged to be representing the school in grade 9 at that level, which was senior secondary school. I felt very happy and I didn't know how to control my joy. I was just overwhelmed with joy.
There are a lot of words to describe this, but in a few words, I would say I was overjoyed, I was excited, I was surprised. It seemed unbelievable because we started preparing 2 days before the competition. So for me, it was unachievable, but with prayer and hard work, we achieved a great result. The biggest challenge for me was having to memorize a large amount of information in a very small period of time, but I just divided my time equally. I gave some time for my sleep and time to eat, and I separated it so that I would have time to read and understand everything. And when I felt like the information was becoming too much for me to handle, I would take a break, then return to work so that I'll be able to balance it out.
I missed out on a lot of sports. I missed out on my leisures. It was very hard because teachers kept coming to meet me for different types of classes, and it was very tiring. But I'm glad that I listened to them, my teachers.
The biggest challenge I faced during the preparation was the difficulty of the preparatory questions. But with hard work and time and practice, I was able to overcome it.
Seriously, it was teamwork that won this competition. Whenever we failed, we had to rub minds together, and my teachers kept pushing us, so we had to work together as a team to win the victory.
Wow, that's a very difficult question, but the fact that I had to work with a person who is 3 years younger than me, and who is in GS3 while I'm in SS3 was quite tough, because you would want to control the environment because you are older, but you learn to work with people because you understand that both of you are working on this mission together. So it's not just about one person, it's about both people, and it's for the benefit of the entire school anyway.
I felt like the question that tested me the most during the competition was a question about trigonometry. It was very hard and I had to make a guess which was wrong. So I felt a bit angry at myself and a bit sad, but I was able to control my emotions. And
the moment where my teammates and I were arguing over a particular question and we weren't able to come to a conclusion, I was very sure of my answer and my opinion on that topic, but my teammates had a different opinion. So that moment tested me really, because I had to decide whether to go with my gut or to leave my teammate to give his opinion. And we went with his, and the results came out fine. So
actually, it was the moments that after we done with our exams, they were announcing the test scores. I was anxious because I saw some really good schools there, but it was a sign of relief that we got the victory again. It was actually my classmates, Chidbem. Chidbem, come and say hi.
Hi guys, I'm Opa Chidbem. I'm so glad that we won because we put in so much effort, and I'm so glad that all the effort is not going in vain.
the victory means a lot to me personally. It helps me in many ways that if I said here would be too long. And to Fidel, it meant we were head will be representing Lagos State at the regional stage of the competition?
I think it means a lot to the school, being the fact that it's their school that will represent the entire Lagos State. And to me, it means a lot for myself, my family, and everyone that surrounds me, because they feel like I've achieved something, I've done something, I've made my mark, I've left my feet in the sands of time in this great citadel of education. Work hard, pray to God, give yourself a break. Everybody deserves a break every once in a while, and do the best you can, because your best is everything.
Read your books, pray, be devoted to God, and don't allow peer groups to make you do anything bad that you don't like.
The advice I would give to any student is just to keep striving, work hard, be disciplined, and be ready to, because you're going to have to take out a lot out of your leisure time.
Oh, I would say that they should not listen to what anybody has to say, and they should just be focused on what they want to achieve and go get through it. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Augustine. I am one of the coordinator of special class, JET class, a competition class for competition arm of the college. Actually, word cannot quantify one's feeling at that point. I wasn't the one that took them there. I asked my colleagues to take them, because we had to competition that day. I have to mount to supervise those students that will be writing competition in the school. So when we're done, I left the school. I've been expecting call from them. I've been calling. I've been anxious to know exactly what is going on, to get feedback from them, but they were not picking the call. But on my way to where I was going, I received call from him, from my colleagues. Ola told me that congratulations. The moment he said congratulations, I didn't even allow him to finish, because the competition we went for is only one position they want in the whole of Lagos State, just first position. So the second position does not matter, third, fourth does not matter. So for you to say congratulations, it means we have hit the jackpot. I shouted and jumped and said, wow, at last, because actually last year we narrowly missed it by 1 mark. And it pains me, because the mistake that my student did then is not the mistake I expected them to fall for. But it is what it is. This time around I was like, no, it won't happen again. So the preparation was not that easy. At a time, my colleagues were scared of the student and said, no, I'm used to it, and some of the students are used to it. We have to go extra mile, stretch ourselves, cover a whole lot of concepts. And at long run, it helps. And most importantly, I have to give God the glory, because it is Him that makes everything happen. I is to teach. God is to perfect understanding, to give understanding. If you teach from now till tomorrow and God does not grant understanding, nothing happens. I'm really grateful to God for crowning our efforts. And in no small measure, this achievement has a kind of motivated us, because me, for once, I don't like failing. And in the course of the preparation, there's a teacher I would like to mention, which I know people will interview him later, maybe after me, which is Mrs. Oyetubo, the HOD of English department. So we also help assisting grooming the child that represented us for the English. So because last year, one of the things that favored us, that brought us down, was English. So I was so determined that this time around, I'm going to pull anything pullable for that English to actually succeed. And God, as God will have it, she responded, and she was with the child for some days, and it pays off.
My name is Abella and I take English and literature in English language, and I'm the HOD of Languages Department of Phidel College. It was a surreal moment. I really do not have words to describe that moment. Like, you know, when you go into competition against a lot of schools, and then you see that you didn't just win, you won by a very large margin. It was so, the excitement was indescribable. Like, I was so very excited. And then when I now got to know that the English language, they did very well in both mathematics and English. Like, they had, maybe they only failed one subject or something. So the feeling became totally different. The happiness became more, and it was really a great experience. I was really happy about it. That we did well, we beat a lot of schools, became first with over 90%. And that was commendable. That was a lot. Okay, one of the challenges was time. We didn't really have enough time. Again, we had to put a lot of things into consideration because the girl that represented the school for English was also in SS3 examination class. So she had a lot of back and forth, going for classes, then coming to me for preparation. So most of the time we had to do it after school hours. So it took a toll on both of us. The time wasn't really there, but we had to squeeze out time even when there was no time. So the major challenge we had was time, because the girl had lots of things on her plate and also had to go to class, you know, but at the end of the day, we were able to put things together and come up with something meaningful. First of all, you should not underestimate your ability, because you never really know what you can do until you try. Most of these students are very good. The only thing is that they have imposter syndrome. They feel they are not good enough, but then you don't even know how good you are if you do not try. Then when there is a will, there is a way. For Demilade that I prepared for English, she didn't really have time, but she had this zeal, she had the will. You know, the willingness was there, she really wanted to win. And because there was monetary compensation, she really tried her best. Like, even though she didn't have time, she would still come for the classes. So when there is a will, there is a way. So nobody should look down on themselves. Just have that will that you want to do those things. And definitely, once you put your mind to it, the sky is your starting point. I mean, nobody can tell you not to do it except you. It is when you do not have that willingness that you won't be able to do it. But when you are willing to do it, you have people to support you, you have teachers to train you, you have all the resources that you need. And when you have all of those things put in place, definitely you will do well. Yeah, I think we've got one of the best management, and I'm not even trying to hype them. That's for real. These are people that give you wings to fly. You know, we want our students to do well. It is our pleasure, it is our desire that students go out and they do well. So the management is putting everything in place for the students to do well. So even if you are supposed to be in class or you're supposed to be in a competition class, we find a way to put all of those things together so that one aspect does not encroach into the other aspect. So the management has a way of balancing things, and I think that's a really good one for the students. So they do not have any excuse of, I don't want to miss class. So because even if you miss your regular classes, you can always go to your teachers with the support of the management. The teacher can always go back to take the class that you have missed. So with that, you see that the students in the competition class do not really miss a lot of the regular classes. So the management is really trying. They are doing wonderfully well. They put a lot of things into consideration. They have the interest of the school and the interest of the students at heart. And they're always supporting. They want the students to win. They want the school to win. So the management they are really doing well. I think kudos to the management for a job well done.